Welcome back to Formula One Power Rankings. This is the Drivers Edition, so if you missed yesterday's teams rankings, feel free to see that. This is the driver rankings after the Miami Grand Prix, so before the next triple header starting in Imola. The next ranking will be after the Spanish Grand Prix because I'm on holiday, and with that, let's start the rankings. In P20 we have actually no one, but it was Jack Doohan before he got sacked on the Tuesday after the Miami race. But yeah, right now you can't rank Colapinto nor Doohan because Doohan is not driving anymore. But we also will produce a separate video considering this issue. In P19 we have Liam Lawson, who gained one place, I guess. He is beginning to recover his speed, but still has too many issues. I think he crashed out in both of the races, which cost him points in the sprint, and this crash was clearly his fault. He has to perform, otherwise he will be the next driver to be sacked. P18 we have Gabriel Bortoleto, who stayed there from last week, had a great qualifying in P13 in the main qualifying, DNF'd with a mechanical failure, was closer to Hülkenberg again compared to the last weeks, had quite a quiet sprint event, but sometimes he's already impressing with his one-lap pace. Nico Hülkenberg is the next in P17. He also stayed there compared to last video. Almost got a point in the sprint, but this was basically because there were a lot of drivers in front of him with penalties. His pace was ahead of the Aston Martin in the main event, and all in all he got P9 in the sprint, P14 in the main event, so I would consider this a strong result. Benefited of course from the penalties and DNFs, but all in all it was a good weekend for Nico Hülkenberg. P16 we have Fernando Alonso, who lost 1 point compared to last video. Aston Martin clearly messed up his strategy in the sprint. He was in the hunt at least for a top 5 finish, but afterwards Lawson crashed him out. But yeah, I have to say the sprint event with qualifying in SQ3 and the strong race was really good, but the main race was not good. Qualifying was back to normal for Aston Martin and he even spun in the race. Car had clearly no pace in dry conditions in Miami. In P15 we have Lance Stroll, who gained 1 place compared to last rankings. He was weak in both qualifyings, classic Lance Stroll, but he did a strong first lap in the sprint. I think he overtook like 5 cars there. He rewarded himself with P5 in the sprint. After the 6th race of the season, he scored all of Aston Martin's points this year, which are, I think they're standing at 14. Yeah, you can say the car is weak, but when he gets an opportunity, he's always delivering. So P15 for Lance Stroll in front of his teammate. P14 is Yuki Tsunoda, who lost a place compared to last rankings. The team messed up his sprint qualifying, but he recovered brilliantly to P6, benefited of course from a lot of penalties, and qualifying in the main race was quite okay. Should be the minimum you expect from a second driver from Red Bull. P13 is Pierre Gasly, who had a quite weekend, snatched a point in the sprint, again due to penalties for other drivers. But he was out-qualified by Jack Doohan in the main event, and Jack Doohan is not even a Formula 1 driver anymore. Car was, I have to say, not that good this weekend, and this paired with a dysfunctional team organization. At least we can be excited to see him in comparison to Franco Colapinto in the next couple of races. P12 we have Oliver Behrman, who dropped 3 places from last rankings. He had 2 really bad qualifyings, but recovered in the sprint, got unlucky there with the unsafe release, got an engine failure in the main event. But yeah, these bad qualifyings is an issue for him. He has to find his quali strength again. P11 we have Carlos Sainz, who gained 3 places from last rankings. He showed great pace, got really unlucky in both races. After Miami it's clear he sits in the best midfield car right now, and his goal should be to aim for points in every race, attack Ferrari on bad weekends for them, which I'm sure he is excited to do this. In P10 we have Lewis Hamilton, who dropped 2 places from last rankings. He did an amazing strategy in the sprint, converted to a sprint podium, but he did the poor qualifying I predicted for many weeks now with the Q2 exit and only P12. got really lucky with the VSC, still only finished P8 in the race and showed a lot of frustration over the team radio. P9 we have Esteban Ocon, he gained 1 place compared to the last rankings, had quite a quiet weekend without big mistakes, was in the battle with Hamilton in the main race until the safety car, but I think it's safe to say that the car didn't suit the track. P8 we have Isaac Hadjar, he gained 3 places compared to last rankings, was close to the points in both races, was quite unlucky in the sprint. I think it's impressive how little mistakes he's doing in his rookie season. He's clearly faster than his more experienced teammate, so with this I think he deserves P8 right now. P7 is Charles Leclerc, who dropped 3 places from last rankings, and I think with this experience he has, he should not crash under any circumstances on the way to the grid, no matter how the conditions are. And he is also able to tell the team that they need the wet tires in case the team doesn't realize, and in the main event he delivered what the car can do right now at the moment. Like his teammate, he seems really frustrated. P6 we have Kimi Antonelli, who's now the youngest ever pole sitter in Formula 1 history, even if it was only a sprint qualifying, gained also 1 place from last rankings. And without the pit incident he would have been in the hunt for a sprint podium at least. Got a bit of experience battling at the top. I think the lap 1 or turn 1 incident with Piastri, he will learn from this and defend even harder next time. Got also a bit unlucky with the VSC timing in the main event, and also his last stint was not that good. P5 we have Alex Albon, who performed a brilliant weekend and gained 1 place in the rankings. His only mistake was under the safety car in the sprint, which was quite costly. He was basically too fast under the safety car, and he has a good shot to finish P7 at the end of the season if he continues to perform like this, and even if it's raining maybe there's a chance of a podium. P4 we have Lando Norris, who also gained 1 place compared to last rankings. He was lucky with the safety car in the sprint. In the main event he battled too long with Verstappen in the main race to have a shot at the victory. He was clearly faster than Piastri this weekend, still lost points to him. For his championship sake he needs to start winning now, that's it. We start with the podium, and George Russell stays in P3 compared to last rankings. Had a difficult weekend, finished P4 and P3 in the 2 events, maximized the results and also got lucky a bit with the VSC. He will be there if the McLarens come together, I'm so sure of that. Needs to figure out his quali pace, if this was like a fluke this time or is a permanent issue that he had this weekend, was 2 times slower than Antonelli. Showed he can keep up with Verstappen's pace in the last stint, which was a positive. And speaking of Verstappen, of course he stays in P2. His crash in the sprint was the team's fault. Got unlucky with the safety car, lost points there because of his penalty. But how on earth he managed to get this car on pole again in the main qualifying, I was not expecting this. After the sprint I said, okay, championship over. After the qualifying I said, championship back on. Yeah, the race showed that the car is definitely not there, but he defended brilliantly against both McLarens and lost the podium due to the VSC, but also maybe there was a possibility to be more ahead of Russell before the VSC if he had not battled with Norris so hard. But I think in the end he has to battle with the McLarens because they are the rivals in the championship fight, so I think all in all it was good. Piastri stays in P1 of course, with 4 wins now in 6 races, and also this weekend he won from P4. I think he timed his battles right in the main event, even pressured Verstappen into a mistake. Got a bit unlucky with the safety car in the sprint, but I think this weekend was the performance of a champion in the making. Question for the rest of the season is how will he handle the pressure if he's the favorite to win every race. We will see this, and we will see the next driver rankings after the Spanish Grand Prix. See you guys then. Enjoy. Bye bye.